First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh. Second thing second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the same, I'm the master of my sea. Oh, ooh, the master of my sea. Oh, taking my soul into the masses, writing my poems for the few that looked at me, took to me, shook to me, feeling me, singing my heartache. From the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the
Hi everyone, this is teacher Karla. Welcome to the Flipped Classroom 5. As you already saw, this is a laboratory session focused on the use of the simple past tense. We're going to be talking also a little bit about Malala and her life, using past simple tense and giving some examples. Please be sure you do the exercises the right way, since this is for you to improve as much as possible in the use and correct pronunciation of the past tense. Use your notebook and other materials suggested to complete the tasks. Check at the end of the video also the task number 5 that will be assigned for next week. Thanks, I'll be seeing you around.
My book, Malala's Magic Pencil, is about my story. When I was growing up, I believed in this magic pencil, and then it tells us how I found the magic in my voice. When I was younger, I used to watch a TV show about a boy who had a magic pencil. If he was hungry, he drew a bowl of curry and it appeared. If he and his friends were in danger, he drew a police officer. The boy was a little hero, always protecting people who needed help. How I wanted a magic pencil too. Every night before I went to bed, I wished for a magic pencil of my own. And every morning I would wake up and check my cupboard. But the magic pencil was never there. Wishing wasn't enough. Someone needed to speak out. Why not me?
One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world.
I tell my story because I want more people to read it. There is a lot of serious things and bad things that has happened in my life, from the attack to all these extremists that I have seen in my life. So I wanted to find a way which would make it comfortable for younger children to read it. So I think picture book was the best option. I like each and every page, like seeing myself sitting in that room with my brothers watching TV and seeing those cracks on the wall. Then seeing myself and how my voice was reaching globally to people, and then how I was recovering from the attack. It just tells my story so beautifully that I had never thought of it before. So I'm really thankful to the artists, Karla for their great work. And I hope it reaches as many children as possible. I hope that children who would read this book will also realize that they can also find their magic, and it might be in their voice, it might be in their writing, it might be in their art.
my soul into the masses, writing my poems for the few that looked at me, took to me, shook to me, feeling me, singing my heartache from the pain, taking my message from the veins.
Simple past tense review. When we think about the structure of sentences in simple past tense, affirmative sentences require the subject, depending on the verb in past tense, or the verb be, was, and were. Then we got the object complement that, as we know, is not always necessary or mandatory. Here are some examples. Malala was a happy girl. This is an affirmative sentence using was. Then we got the Taliban were against girls' education. She wrote about it. She became famous in her country. For negative sentences, we need the subject. If we use the verb be, was not or were not, and the object complement. If we use any other verb, we need the auxiliary did not and the object complement. For example, she was not a regular girl. They were not happy. They didn't want girls to study. But she didn't stop fighting. Sadly, they shot her in her head. She almost died. But she survived and was known around the world. She won many prizes. She talked about education for girls. The structure in questions is also important. We need to use some specific auxiliaries or verbs and conjugate them accurately. Observe the examples. Were you afraid of the Taliban? Why did you fight for girls' education? Was your dad with you in the hospital? When did you write your book? Here you can observe a few more examples. These are sentences and questions as well. Let's continue with the pronunciation practice. As you know, the pronunciation of the ed ending in regular verbs in their past tense form varies, and it has three possible pronunciations. If the final sound is a t or a d sound, and we add ed, remember that it sounds id. For example, wanted, needed. However, if the final sound is a voiceless sound, that is, that it doesn't have any vibration, like p, k, h, sh, and you add ed to the verb, it will sound t. Helped, looked, sniffed, laughed. On the other hand, if the final sound of a verb is a voiced sound and it produces some vibration, when we add ed, it sounds d. For example, cold, cleaned, offered, damaged, loved, and so on. She started a blog. The verb started has a final ed ending, id. She almost died. The ed ending of that verb sounds d. Her family helped her. Helped. Please pay attention to what you gotta do on task 5. Use simple past tense in different affirmative, negative sentences, and questions. For task number 5, you must record yourself in a video in which you practice the structures and the correct pronunciation of the simple past tense in verbs. No more than 3 minutes long. You may include images in the video, a cartoon, a nice picture. Use regular and irregular verb. This is very important because I'll be observing pronunciation. Check the structure in sentences and in questions. I'll be also checking that the structure is accurate. Share your video with the class in session 1 next week, March 15th to the 19th. Please do not send it to the teacher. We will check this evidence in class. I want to thank you for the excellent participation and for being such a good listener. Please keep on practicing. This is important for the development of the speaking skills in the second language. I hope that you enjoy the week. See you around. Thank you.